Hey y'all. So I just got done rewatching the death of the death of Superman, the remake. This came out in 2018. The original, well, the original one actually is a comic, obviously, but the original movie, as far as I can tell, anyways, the first the first movie of it in 2007, Superman Doomsday came out in 2007. So how does this stack up? Well, I told you that I act Superman Doomsday better, and I think that's still slightly true. But if um if for no other reason than I act the back half of the movie more than I do this one, because this one you just get the straight death of Superman storyline. Where in Superman Doomsday you get you get Doomsday right off the bat, you get Superman fighting him, then you get the Superman clone that the accuser created. So that's still the case. I do still like Superman Doomsday better, but I'm glad I'm glad I rewatched it because I noticed some things that I like better that I like and things my opinion stays the same on. But let's get into it. We start also I should mention just before I forget, um I thought this was I guess I thought it was the third movie of the new of the new 52 arc, I guess. I haven't really been paying that much attention anyway. But no, there's some other movies before that explaining explaining the Justice League like Batman, Aquaman, and everything. And I'm gonna be honest, can't bring myself to really care about all that much. But it's a good to watch them. So who knows? Maybe I'll discover a new favorite. But we thought, but it's a good introduction anyway. You don't, if you know, if you know comic lore, just a passable knowledge, because that's what I have. I have a passable knowledge. I was by no means immersed in them or anything. But if you have just a passing knowledge of the comics, you'll be fine. You'll be fine on all the characters. You maybe not all the intricacies of the backstories, but you'll be very fine with all the characters in here because there's a little bit of a spoiler for ahead. They add more characters in this movie than there is in the 2007 version, which I can kind of plus and minus. Yeah, I can kind of take it or leave it. But I think that was certainly different. I like that. I can't say better, but I like that aspect of it. So anyway, probably all over getting into the movie proper. So the death of Superman, we start with some cops, some cops pursuing a bank heist. And this isn't any normal bank heist. If you know anything about how these movies usually go, this isn't a normal bank heist. We so they pursue the enemy, And then the bad guys they blacked out in these mech suits. Like they decked out all in a technology and everything. They decked out in these mech suits. And the this isn't the first time this is the first time they mentioned this, by the way, which as a pastor I'm a big enjoyer of. Whether whether they mean it to go so deep or not, I still enjoy it. The main bad guy, which well, it is the main bad guy in this grouping, the leader. He mentions, "Oh, not so loud! I don't want to get in trouble with the man upstairs." And his his henchman says, "Didn't know you were a believer, didn't know you were a believer, boss." Because man upstairs maybe a bit of a disrespectful term depending on who you act, but man upstairs is a reference that some people have to God. I mean, yeah, like I say, it can be disrespectful depending on who you act or intention, but man upstairs is what people sometimes say what people sometimes do to me, God. So he then goes, "Didn't know you'd be the boss." That's the man up there that I'm talking about. And right on cue, Superman just flies in. And I will say this what I do give a slight edge to to this newer movie is the accent. The not so not so much the accent really, but the flying. I mean, Superman really utilizes his flying. And in Superman vs. Doomsday, other than other than a couple parts, I can't really remember that being all that prominent like it is here. So fly down on this on the rogues on this band of criminals, and he he makes quips, he makes these one liners to the guy like, "Hey, generic bad guy." I can't remember the name, but "Hey, generic bad guy. Ever wonder what it's like to fall 15 stories or whatever it is he says? Or you know what it's like to fly or whatever it is he says?" But then well, we have to find out. And then he takes them on a little joyride. And then yeah, he easily dispatches these guys. They're not they're not meant to go in here because like I say, Superman just easily after he does, some other members of the Justice League come by, the Flash and Cyborg, with Cyborg is whole other story. He might actually do other movie before this that I actually forgot took place before this. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So Cyborg and Flash come in. With Superman I think notices they use an A technology before anyone else does. Maybe Cyborg notices before, I can't remember. But wasn't no way out. But still that was very jarring. Cause we never get an explanation to that. So that was just very jarring. So then the asteroid trying to sieve, they knock they break ship apart, and this guy like, no, stay calm, Superman will be here. Then an asteroid comes and takes out his wife's side of the ship. Yeah, his wife is in yacht state now. Dead Mo Jackie. And then he sees, but he sees something. Like Superman. I knew you'd come. All kind of dreamlike date and everything, and it's possible he had a little bit of a psychotic break, but I do not think that was the case because, yeah, like the movie says, he's been up here 9 times. He should know what to expect by now. Yeah, that was just jarring, I should say. Um, then he sees something and goes, Superman, I knew you'd come. And the Doomsday asteroid just masses them to bits. And we don't see him, we don't see him again. He's presumably dead. But, 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 a more important point, we don't, he doesn't seem to go flying out, at least from what I saw. He doesn't seem to go flying out like the other did. It seemed to just crash into him. But he's presumed dead. But we don't see the body, so it can't be so. But he's presumed dead. I may have skipped over part two. EX user, he he's in Diabs, he's in his personal laboratory, I guess. And he just starts roasting the scientist. Like, remember how I said he was one of the smartest men in the world and shouldn't have been fooled by Yoas's advances in Superman Doomsday? This is what I meant. He just, he says all this stuff about the world top scientists and everything that he bought him, but then he just starts roasting him. Like, he comes across one guy with straw and he goes, well, that's key parameters. So whatever he says, read a book is what he says to this presumably top scientist. Then he goes to the 80 scientist, and he goes, finally, someone understands the theory. Too bad it's not you. It's him, Mojack, that understands it. That's what I'm talking about. Him being one of the smartest guys in the world. That's that's what I'm talking about. He doesn't seem to use that intelligence to forward in Superman Doomsday, does he? But I enjoy that scene. That made me laugh. So they come. Oh, it was before they get into the spacecraft. I remember. Um. So Yet gets confirmation. I don't know how, but it gets confirmation, or maybe just watching it. Um. He's watching our astronaut friends go in the spacecraft, and says, "I like to know what they're running from. Can we get an enhanced visual?" So he sees the Doomsday Pod. Yak does, and Yak questions the scientist who's beside him. He doesn't rotate like he does the others. He should have, but he questions the scientist beside him. He says, "What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you? It looks yumpy." Well, I was gonna say pregnant. You, yeah, said that. So it crosses this this whole creature this black creature presumably Doomsday, but we don't know that yet. This black creature, this black pod, it crosses into the ocean. And Yax has a team of submarine, a team of submarine aficionado too, a team of deep sea divers in the submarine. He just has them on hand, I guess. And I mean, he's presumably one of the richest men in the world, besides Bruce Wayne. I mean, why wouldn't he have access to that? It just um, it's just funny to me how has access to all these elite people. So he has access to a team of deep sea divers, a team of submariners. Um, submariners, I think is the right term. That's what else this creature. Which finding this back pregnant looking object that they saw. And they have a bit of witty banter back and forth. Him and these submariners. Mostly just the guy who's in charge. Mostly just the top submariner has some banter with him. And he acts all gay and skittish and everything that yeah, Mr. Yusa, I don't think we should be down here. I don't think we should be doing this. And just pays them no mind. Just tell them to find that creature because he wants it. He wants to study it. So they go deeper and deeper, and they run across some Yantians, some like Aquaman, some Yantians with Yantis. So they run across some Yantians, but after that, almost immediately after, with the submariners freaked out by this for some reason, um, but almost immediately after this, the thing comes out from his pod and they're just killed. They hear, they submariners hear scream, they're just, presumably killed. And the guy in charge goes, "Oh, I presume you want to check that out. You presume correctly." Yes, I'm said to him. We see, so then we see this creature who's covered up, who's all covered up in a biometric suit, who's all covered up in a biometric suit, but that doesn't really impede his mobility at all, except for one thing, which I'll get to when it comes up. But this creatures in a biometric suit just starts killing people, starts wailing on people, starts ripping them yam and everything. And yeah, just they're dead. Just said no way. There's no way they could have survived. They're just dead. But you get which one thing I do react before which before which before I talk about anything else and what I'm thinking about it, I do react that they make Doomsday which they don't reveal its face right away. But they make him a little bit more imposing than he was in the 2007 movie. Yeah, 2007 movie, we didn't really see him fight anyone except Superman. But here we see him go on a rampage. We see him kill civilians, kill scientists, kill submariners, kill everyone under the sun. Basically, so we're built up for this guy. I mean, we're gonna get built up more, but you get what I'm saying. We're getting built up for this guy. So so Superman and the Justice League, they in the they in the Hall of Justice or the dining room of justice or whatever you would say about that. It has a big table in front of it, so that's why I just called it a dining room. But more than actually a council chamber where a council meeting are held and everything. So Cyborg in charge of me, and they're going through the budget for the fiscal year. They apparently get, which this is something I didn't expect, but I only noted on a rewatch. They apparently get money from the government to do what they do. Yeah, to fund projects and everything. Yeah, they're not government sanctioned or anything, I don't think. But I just found that interesting that they are given money from the government. Because in Avengers Civil War, that whole thing is what that whole thing's about is the government wants to, for lack of a better phrase, they want to crack down on the Avengers. They want to control the Avengers. They want the Avengers to be government sanctioned, government mandated. And there's a war on one side or the other. Where in this movie, the government just fund them. Yeah, I I just found that funny and a bit baffling. But the government judge its funds. It eats in some aspects. So they talk about the budgets for the fiscal year, and and Cyborg says, "Well, this is how much money the UK will." And I think he said United Nations. This is how much money the United Nations will give us. And Batman sort of steps in. Batman just said, "I'll take care of it." And Diane, which this is the funny, this is one of the funniest exchanges of dialogue. Um, Diana, Wonder Woman. I guess he has the art of money herself. I don't know, but Wonder Woman says, I can cover it. I can pick up with the Wayne family false sword." And Batman just looks at you like, "Are you kidding me? Are you? We're not gonna false sword, chick. Are you? Who even are you?" He doesn't. I might have added that yet part. He doesn't say that. He just said, "Are you kidding me?" Which I just thought was a really funny exchange of dialogue. Because, I mean, maybe the judge, or what, I thought to say, I thought saying the Justice League may not know he's Batman is Bruce Wayne, but, and maybe some of them don't, but, it wouldn't be unusual if they did. But I just wonder why they would say something like that. I mean, it was naively cute, I guess. But so since then that we get Samantha back and forth too, with Fiat and Hal and Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, and Batman. We get a rescheduling a rescheduling of another meeting that Batman says he won't be there for. He's got a meeting at Damien's school. Damien the kid, Damien the kid he adopted. I'll get well, I say adopted. Batman Damon father that is. I'll I'll get to that when I get to that though. It's a really interesting interesting story. But I'll get to that when I get to that. And Fias and Green Lantern sort of make fun of him yet. No way. Batman at a parent teacher conference? That's hilarious. And Fias sort of makes fun of him yet. I'm Batman. As a PTA, you need to be convinced to sign up. And Batman just sort of gathered at him, and Fetch sort of shuffled awkwardly into his paper, and he's like, is he still looking at me? Is he still staring at me? Because they know Batman can probably take any of them on easily with without a second thought, right? They know that. So and Fiat says he can make it either. And Batman Batman says he's well no Fiat says he had a rehearsal dinner. And Martin Manhunter, is he in a play? And Batman says he's getting married somehow. So that Batman just has the right sense of humor that I'm just here for. So he's getting married somehow. And Bat goes, yeah, in caboodle. Yeah, roses, roast dinner, married the next day, all that stuff. And Superman, Superman said, does Iris know? I mean, about you, about your life. And I think Fat said something like, yes, he does. And said, well, aren't you worried just about bringing on to your world? I mean, aren't you worried? Aren't you worried about that? And Fat goes, that's what marriage is. On a side note too, I haven't watched the Flashpoint Paradox. I know about it, but I haven't watched it. But I'm looking forward to it. It won't be it won't be until a couple weeks from now, maybe a few weeks from now, maybe a month at the most. But I'm really looking forward to watching that. So Superman thinks about it, and they go to dinner they go to dinner with his parents at at his house. Um York. And we get some good name drops here. I don't know if I, yeah, they in the comics as far as I can tell. But we get some good name drops here. So Ma and Pa Kent and Jones and Kyak are talking, and they're talking about some of Kyak's old girlfriends. They mention Yana Yang and Pete Ross. Not Pete Ross as one of Kyak as girlfriends, cause Pete Ross is a bad guy. But but they mention they mentioned that Yana Yang to come around the yacht. Not as much as Pete Ross though. They were they were best friends, which we don't see Pete Ross in this universe, and we presumably won't. I don't know why, but we presumably won't see him in this universe. But he's from the reason I got excited is because I had two prominent characters in Smallville, Pete and Yana. I mean Yana more than Pete. Pete's more the first and second season kind of friend. But Yana has a big role in Smallville. With that, which is why I got so excited. But we have Clark wanting to cut his parents off. TMI guy, TMI. Which I sort of, which I thought it was rolling my ass at the drama, but Yucky doesn't. But thankfully, he doesn't add too much younger. So they leave, and Yo said, "Wow, you couldn't wait to get me out of there, could you? I just didn't want you to be bored with all the stories. Bored." So Cat's in a way. And Yo said, "Oh no, Cat, I don't. Will you let me have my coffee? I don't want to do this right now." Because he knows what's Cat's gonna act. Because he knows Cat knows about. Which he has kept it on the down low, to be fair. Herself and Clark. I don't know why. But maybe through the merit to be with them. I don't know why. But Cat figures it out. And Cat presents her with coffee. Get caffeine. So they'll fill her guts. And they talk for a while, and Yoa said that not much to talk about. It didn't go it didn't go all that well. Now she doesn't say that, but we can smile that off easy. It doesn't it didn't go that well. And then they run into Clark, and Clark's all nervous, everything, and sees the Superman, sees the Justice League on his phone, but he's all nervous because he's come to his decision about what he's going to tell Lois. He had to, so he had to rush out to get the call, but Superman, well, he had to run out to get the call because says Jimmy will know the place. Talk to Jimmy and meet me there. So he takes so Clark takes the call, and it's Wonder Woman. Clark, a hostile figure in the area. Some of the members of the Justice League on it now. We don't need you, but I just thought I'd alert you. But some of the Justice League members, including myself, we we're going there now to check it out. I just thought I'd alert you is basically what he says. So they have a little hot talk about Yoda too, and Clark tells Wonder Woman about about his plan, his day plan, and Wonder Woman says this isn't this doesn't have anything to do with what I told you, does it? What I advised you to do, does it? And I forget what he says, but in so many words, Clark just tells her to back down, just mind her own business, basically. So we cut to Clark, and Yoas, and then this fanatics guy at the restaurant, the sea captain we met at the beginnings of the movie. The one that I said I don't really advocate for. But he goes, and he telling the story, which, funny enough, he also doesn't know that Clark Kent is Superman. And Clark Kent, who is Superman, is but so this creature engages the Justice League, members, Hawkeye and Green Lantern. And we see I'm not gonna go through it beat for beat because it's just too much. But I will go through the major points. This creature rips Cyborg's arm off. This creature just pummels the other Avengers. Batman Batman kind of holds his own against them, I guess, but not for the youngest of times. We get Batman shooting the bat bombs, and like I say, this creature is still covered. This creature is still covered in the biometric suit. It hasn't come off yet. But one by one, as the Avengers, or the Avengers, as the Justice League, chip away at him, they chip away at the suit. Now it doesn't hurt him, but they chip away at the suit bit by bit. And Batman throws some mad bombs in his direction. He he gets most he gets more of the suit off than anyone else besides Superman probably, or maybe him and Superman on equal footing, I don't know. But Batman eventually when he's not beaten and bruised, he just basically retreats. He's like, we need you, Clark. This is after Diana goes after him. Diana, Wonder Woman, says, "Where that monster?" See, kills herself, punches herself out of the rubble, and and Batman says where the monster is. Credit Cyborg. He didn't want to fight, but Batman knows better about if they try to engage again. So Wonder Woman calls them out. Wonder Woman goes after this creature and she calls them out. She said, I call you out, monster. I don't know what you are, but by Harry you will fall. And she wraps him in the Ethel Truth, which, by the way, I don't really know what the Ethel Truth is supposed to do here, because what he says when she gets the Ethel Truth on, she says the Ethel Truth compels you to surrender. I mean, like, can the Ethel Truth do that? I mean, I'm not up on the comics or anything, but can it just compel someone to surrender? Easier time if the Ethel Truth could just do that. But this creature breaks out of the Ethel Truth, and Wonder Woman says, you may have resisted the Ethel Truth, you may have broken out of that, but by Harry you fall. And she has a sword, she run at him. This creature run that Diana, which is fit. I'm pretty sure it's fit to tree by now. I don't think that was impeding him whole yacht the suit and clothing it fit, but that probably gave him some extra power. It fit being out of the suit. So Diana goes at him with a sword. He just goes at her with his fist and punched right through the sword. Yeah, utterly destroys it. I think that's some. I think that's an ancient relic of the Amazon. I'm not quite sure. I think I heard that somewhere. But yeah, he just settled it with his fist, like not even a scratch. Like just settled it. And Wonder Woman asking why, she's thinking, oh boy, I'm in trouble. So Doomsday punches her through the wall. And she just that pretty much it for Wonder Woman. This creature comes upon her, he starts beating her, he starts pounding her, he starts beating her sentience in the ground, and which he picks up the sword, the shattered top is the shattered top edges sword with the hilt. He picks it up because he knows it can kill her. He's about to plunge the sword through her, but Superman just goes with his X-ray vision, not X-ray vision, his heat vision. Because I remember there's a difference between the two. I feel like I would easily mess those up without, and yes, I was intentionally thinking about it. But he goes at him with heat vision, and finally the suit is off. And yep, it's Doomsday. If there was any doubt, yes, it's Doomsday. But so his eyes are out. He's completely out of the suit. Now ready for fight right here. On one hand, representing true justice and the American way, Superman. On one side, representing the drunken sent from apocalypse as the would yearn, it's Doomsday. This is gonna be a fight to the death. No pun intended. It's gonna be a fight to the death. So they run at each other, and Superman's holding his own against Doomsday, but Doomsday's holding his own against Superman too. I mean, neither one of them will budge. Doomsday has a slight advantage at your guy, but neither one of them will budge. We get Doomsday intercepting him with his fist, Superman catching that, Superman intercepting Doomsday with his fist, Doomsday catching that. I'm not gonna go up to this out as a speed for. I'm not gonna go through this beat for beat, but it is epic. I put it, except for the ending, a bit of a poyer, but it wouldn't really matter. I don't guess you're gonna stay for the remainder of the view anyway. A bit of a poyer. I put this fight and the Doomsday Superman fight from 2007. I'd put them kind of neck and neck. I would say, other than the ending, and I think this ending is the way it was. But we get an all brawl. We get Doomsday throwing Superman through buildings. Superman trying to throw Doomsday through a building, but Doomsday not budging. Doomsday just going at him again and again and again. He won't stop until this man is dead. But conversely, Superman will not give up until everyone is safe, until he has defended his people. So we get an all-out brawl between Superman and Doomsday, which, by the way, you can watch it on HBO Max if you want to watch. If you want to watch it, I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning. I'm sorry, but yeah, you can watch it on HBO Max if you want to. I highly recommend it. So we can Doomsday just uses Superman as his own personal whipping boy, as his own personal punching bag. We get we get and this is broadcast. This is broadcast live. This is broadcast throughout the entire world. I mean, thanks to Yoda and Jimmy. You could argue that they shouldn't have been there, but as Johnny and exciting thing like this happening, yeah, that kind of being the norm. I kind of don't blame them. I do a little bit, but I kind of can't blame for um, for being on top of things. So we get this brawl between Superman and Doomsday. You know, I don't. After that, though, we get um, we get the sea captain, Superman, Superman's buddy. We get we get the sea captain saying that because they're watching this on the news too. Everyone is. We get him saying, "Okay, if you don't have anywhere to go, you can stay here until Superman Keenan's Count York, because I'll be here for you." Jid Jack Soups is always there for us. And we get the emotional devastation of Mon Parkin watching this live, and the Jonathan comforting Martha, and why did you say that name? We get we get Jonathan comforting Martha and trying to be strong and everything, even though he's probably broken up inside too, because he can't do anything to help his son. But we get this reporting from Yost. Yost gives the thing a name. Superman has come to mind before, but can he stop this doomsday? And we get the newspaper, the Daily Planet. We get them. Okay, Yost is giving the thing a name. Yes, move people, doomsday. We need a new front page, and I'm catching behind him. Yeah, if anyone's around to read it. So we get that, but finally we go back to fight. We go back to the sprawl. We go back they're fighting killed to a bridge. A mother and son. The son playing video games can be more than 9 or 10 years old day, and grabs a son and just gets out. Well, gets out the car, rushes out to safety. And we get which this Doomsday kind of exploiting which he may have known, he may not have known, but either way, Doomsday is exploiting Superman's greatest weakness, which is people. He's the people's protector. He's the people's champion. Sorry, it's Rogan Asumi. Am I going to get sued by DCAU now because I use the People Champion moniker. But he's a people's protector. He's a hero. And Doomday experience was unknowingly experience Superman the only deeds of the people. So Superman sees this woman in distress, this woman with a car on fire, with a car kind of flipped to the side. He tried to get this woman out because the car had been flipped over. The woman screams. Doomday sends another car flying at Superman. Superman easily catches it, but Doomday sends another car flying at Superman. In the chaos, in the commotion, um, this this mother and little boy with the game, with the video game, they they get knocked down, and the boy's game gets knocked down. The boy's game is under the archway, and the boy goes to get it. Yeah, kid, I love video game too. I tell you video games, but are you not aware of anything around you? I mean, there's way more important stuff in your video game. I mean, I'm sure your mom will get you a new one. Superman will pay for you a new one. Whatever. There's more important things. There's more important things than that. Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not really angry about it. Just funny. The kid seemingly cares more about video games than his own life. So, this kid's video game is underneath the archway. And this kid goes to the video game. He goes to the video game. He has the video game. He looks up. He notices the archway falling because Doomday bats Superman into the side of the bridge, and he's just stomping on his ribs again and again and again. His ribs are probably broken by now. And this kid, looking up at this cracking archway right here. Now, kid, get out of the way now. What's wrong with you? The the this woman sees it, some mother sees it, and she goes, "Somebody help my child!" And Superman sees it. Superman and Doomday wrapped up. Superman and Doomday wrapped up in the corners of the bridge. Yeah, wrapped up in the cables. Yeah, wrapped up in the cable of this bridge. And and this mother goes, "Someone help my child!" And Superman sees it. Superman gets the kid out of harm's way. And parallel parallel of parallel of Superman Doomday 2007, because there was the old girl who just stared at Doomday, who just stared at him. I forget if they did anything to him, but she was in Doomday the other side. While no, I'm pretty sure what happened in the other movie is Doomday as Superman, but Doomday went away from Superman because of this little girl. I don't know why he do that. Come to think of it, he's always intentionally beyond Superman. He knows this isn't a superpowered little girl or anything, but anyway, Superman gets the kid out of harm's way. Superman protects the kid, and finally, this kid listens. Superman goes, "Go back to your mom, son. I'll handle this. It's all right." So, and this was kind of sweet for the fact I gives the kid this was sweet. Um, so this kid is about to go running back to his mom. He stops and he runs back and he gives Superman a hug. He gives Superman just a big old hug. Just the 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 comedic part of me was saying, "Aw, he's giving Superman a goodbye hug," which which yeah, which I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention. Now that I'm thinking about it, before Superman goes out to find Doomsday, Superman had the conversation with Diana because Superman saved Diana from being impaled by Doomsday. And Superman goes, "This take him down, dog. This he had no mercy, no no conscience. Just take him down. Just don't hold back." And I joked, I was imagining Superman saying, or Diana saying, instead of all that, Wonder Woman saying, "Wait, Chuck, this called Death of Superman. You could die," just based off what the movie's called. But he doesn't say that. That just part of my part of my thinking of what he could have said, of what it would have been funny if he would have said. But we get Doomsday with Superman again. We Doomsday getting out of his bridge restraints, and we get Doomsday swatting at Superman again, just pummeling Superman, and he sees there's a chopper, there's Yolis above him, just capturing it all. Like, do you have a death wish? Like, I understand your journey and all that, and you're in a firefight and all that, but do you have a death wish? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the media forgive you for getting out of harm's way there, so Superman doesn't have to worry about you, which he does. But Doomsday sees him. He chucks he takes his spell off, and Superman Superman goes he takes his spell off, and he stays for a minute, but the chopper's going down, so Superman had to do with that. So he deals with that. He goes to Yost. He says, and Yost is Yost and him had a conversation. Yost goes, don't don't go back to him. You need to call in the cavalry. Ostianere, Atianic. I am the cavalry. And yeah, Doomsday goes Doomsday goes for Yost. Superman gets Superman gets Superman gets a part of a helicopter with his heat vision, and he batters Doomsday and sends him right in the face. Gets right up there, out of the park. So it's then Superman flies Superman flies to him, but you no, don't go for the guy. It's dangerous. So it's being and so go to Doomsday in space, and he turns the siege vision on. He turns the siege vision on him to bat him up further. He thought punch him and everything, but Doomsday gets the upper hand again. Superman is just getting fueled. Doomsday gets the upper hand again. In a Need on Mars, to the 2007 version, because during their fight, they come tumbling down. They come flying down to a crater, and that's what ultimately kills Superman, and that's what ultimately killed Doomsday. So that, like a meteorite, superheated to this crater, and the impact, and the aftermath. I don't know how he's not dead yet, but in the aftermath, he always goes, Superman has come behind before, but this is maybe too much. It's difficult to get who the victor is, but this may be too much. One thing I did forget, which I'll talk about it now before I forget. I bet I won't, but just before I forget. He actually used to go in an underground bunker, because he has an underground bunker, because of course he does. Yet goes in the underground bunker, and he's watching the news too. He's watching the news this doomsday, and he goes, incredible, absolutely incredible. Who possessed me was an apex predator for the express purpose to kill the most powerful being here. So he goes, gets out of his car and he goes, what? He goes to the center of the room with a yacht of jet and mods. We don't know what all they're for. Maybe prototypes, probably prototypes. But he goes to the center of the room and he says, and what if Superman fails? Metropolis will still need to be protected. The day I've been preparing for years finally come. So we cut out of that for a while. And we go back to fight. This was way early on in the fight when this thing happened. But now kind of at the climax. So Doomsday arises from the rubble. He just pummels Superman. He just puts Superman through a wall. And one other thing, one other thing here that I just remembered, one other thing that I'll talk about later. But what I just remembered is, I forget when this was, but Doomsday throws Superman. He's got his arms and his feet outspread on a wall. Kill Mars to Jesus Christ, which I really appreciated that too. Which again, I don't know if they're just using religious symbolism because just religious symbolism, or if that's really intentional to be used or not. But I appreciated that either way, because however way the message of the gospel gets out, is God can use that however way it gets out, even if it's nefarious or cash grabbing purposes or whatever. God can get his message out however he sees fit. So Doomsday chucks Superman, or maybe Superman gets Doomsday. But either way, one of them chucks the other through the wall. Yeah, Superman get Doomsday. I forget how, but Superman get Doomsday through the wall of the Hall of Justice. And they're just together and the music swells and it's just really powerful. It's just really emotional there. I mean, even even if you just watch the fight, watch the Superman Doomsday fight from Death of Superman. You're gonna up on YouTube, whatever, something to see. We're not done, but I'm just saying. So we feel that this is the stand for both of them. Maybe one of them, but we feel this is the stand for at least one of them, if not both of them. So Superman and Doomsday run at each other. Doomsday wrecks Superman, just pummels Superman out of this out of this crater still. He gets him in this crater again. And Doomsday gets out. Superman does too. Superman on his stomach. And Doomsday gets his cape. Doomsday gets his cape and just chokes him. Just chokes the eye, just bends him backwards. Not completely backwards, but like you do with the dog. Just bend him, just has his foot on his back, just has the cape wrapped around Superman's throat. It's something to see too. This is this is a part I didn't really care for though, which I get trying to save him and everything that's admirable. I have no problem with that, but you always go with a Doomsday with the Rock. Z doesn't really think it's gonna do anything, but distract Doomsday from what he's doing. Yeah, get Doomsday off chalk. Um, yo, no, I got you yet. I love you too. I got your back too. I'm here. I'm here for you. I complain about you not being there for me, but I'm here for you. There's some good symmetry in that I had thought about before, but there's some fantastic symmetry in that. A fantastic metaphor. So we get Doomsday getting distracted by Yoas. Again, I do not know why. Like, he can either just kill with his goal. Like, even now, he can either just use his heat beam. Oh, he has heat vision too, by the way. Um, I don't know how I forgot to mention that. But he has heat vision too, by the way. But instead, Doomsday just kind of stalks kind of walk towards them methodically. And to her credit, he always stand the ground to her credit, I guess. Maybe chalks it up to the movie, but to her credit, in the universe, she stand the ground. But Doomsday just walking methodically toward him like, bro, just kill her. Just kill her. You could have killed her 10 times over. Just do it. So, though Doomsday is walking toward Yoeth, Superman sees this. Because Doomsday is away from Superman now. Superman sees this. Gathers up every bit of strength. There's a tremor in the earth that you can feel. Gathers up every bit of strength. Oh, by the way, Doomsday has his out claw out to impale Yoeth. Superman gathers up all his strength. He flies as Doomsday. he breaks his neck. Yeah, his neck goes completely around. And that's that's what I was talking about that I can't really get behind all that much. Yeah, 'cause the fight was better, you could say, than the 2017 version or 2007 version. But that's the part I can't get behind. How would the Doomsday next snap like that? I mean, it goes around, but how did Doomsday next snap like that? Like, by all accounts, Doomsday shouldn't be dead. By all accounts, this man should have been able to kill him by what we've been able to see. But in something I really like, something I really enjoy, Superman killed Doomsday and Doomsday killed Superman. At the last minute, which which I guess chalks this up to momentum how Superman got through. But at the last minute, Doomsday swings around and him with jabs him with his claw, gets him in the right in the heart of the stomach, at your exact stomach. But this is enough to kill Superman. Doomsday dead. Oh, I completely mystified. I'm sorry. Lex Luthor comes in. Lex Luthor comes in while Superman's getting beat up. This is how Superman gets Doomsday into the Hall of Justice. Lex Luthor comes in while while Doomsday is beating on Superman. Lex Luthor comes in with the giant robot, the giant mech he's made, and he says, "Jimmy, Yang, Olsen Yang, keep the camera rolling, keep it on me," and yet gets fired at Doomsday. It fires his At first I thought it was a kryptonite beam, but then I don't know if it is because I don't know if this is canon or not. But in um in Smallville they do a Doomsday too, and in Smallville that Doomsday, I I may be getting confused, but I'm gonna just say that Doomsday absorbed kryptonite, and he gets power from kryptonite. But yeah, like I say, I just thought about it, thought back to it, and I may be getting confused. I think I am, but so just ignore that. But with Yax, and impressively, he holds his own against Doomsday for a minute or two. He fired off beam, fired off a couple beams to Doomsday, just jots them back to no joke, fuel them back. Something that even Superman couldn't do. But then Yex being Yex, he is cocky. He doesn't keep doing that. He takes time to taunt Doomsday. Takes time to taunt him, takes time to try to punch him and everything. And Doomsday gets him with his heat beam. His laser beam. He gets him with his heat beam. They they're technically called Omega beam, but we don't know. Well, I think they would still be called Omega beam, but we don't know that yet. So we get some with these Omega beams, and yeah, go. I know no, I was about to win, no. And um, Doomsday just gets him with his Omega Beams, rips him out of the suit. That, oh no, I'm supposed to win. I'm supposed to be a judge. Which you get some which you got some of this ill before. You got some of this imagining before. It wasn't so, but if he can't win, if he can't be the hero, he doesn't want anyone else to be the hero either, which could be another facet of why he's so upset with taking out Superman. So Dubé rips him out of the suit. His multi-million-dollar suit, maybe $1 billion suit. He just rips it apart. He rips the egg out of the thing. And he chucks him. And Superman saves him. Then Superman goes to work on Doomsday again. He actually like, no, no. And then we get back to where we were. We get Doomsday dead, but Superman also dead. And like I say, I didn't hear the ending of the fight, but I heard how epic it was. I just Doomsday absolutely pummeled Superman, which is another reason I come into the ending. But Doomsday absolutely pummeled Superman, which is what I'm so all here for. But no, I'm glad Doomsday dead. I'm glad Superman won, so Doomsday could not any more destruction. We had we get a final weak conversation between Superman and Lois. We get Lois holding Superman, another Christ imagery, because if you see that if you seen that painting or depiction, when you this really biblical, this is not biblical, but this isn't in the Bible directly. But when Jesus comes down to the cross, when Jesus is dead, you see Mary just holding him, just crying, just weeping over him. So we get that imagery too, which I also appreciated. We get Jimmy Jimmy filming that just with tears in his eyes so that it would go worldwide. We get snapshots of all the people who are all grieving, just they can't be. But in the process, he saved everyone, and we get this little conversation between Superman and Lois. Like Superman basically, is everyone okay? Is everyone all right? Are you okay? And you'll say, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. You saved everyone. You saved, you saved everyone. And Superman goes, that's good. That's all I really wanted. And Superman, he holds his eyes, dead. We get some members of Justice League, Wonder Woman, Batwoman, Wonder Wonder Woman, Batman, yes. We get them in Song over the death of the eater, over the death of the comrade, but he was the eater of the Justice League. And we get surprise, as far as we can tell, surprise on their faces. Because they couldn't believe either that Superman their friend, their comrade, their protector was what Dad was killed, saving them. If they'd have just been stronger, which I do wish we'd gotten more of that perspective. Like the Justice League saying, okay, we're nowhere near as strong as we should be. We've got to get stronger. Batman, maybe, as far as I can tell, which I did like, but we don't get enough of that, in my opinion. Like, we don't get that explicitly. But we get Mon Parkins crying, and Jonathan just holding my leg, holding her as they cried, just grieving over Superman. And then we get the funeral. We get Ad. Oh no, we get the mayor. We get the mayor picking out of out, but yeah, calling the mayor when he comes up to speak. So we get the mayor. So we get the mayor picking. He has the member of the Justice League up front to memorialize and eulogize Superman. None of them speak. I don't think they can without breaking down the Jeep. Or maybe they want Act 2, which is strange. But maybe it was a courtesy. But we get him picking. We get him utilizing Superman. We get him saying basically, I didn't I didn't hear all what he said. I can't really remember it if I'm honest. But basically that 2007 speech that he gave, that Superman may have been an alien, may have been from another planet, but it will always belong to us. The mayor commands the mayor commands the Justice League commended for helping him stop the invasion, for helping him keep innocent people alive, and the mayor commends yet not forget the acts of the accuser, whose actions allowed Superman the time he needed to save us all. So comes up to the podium, and yet talks about him, yet says, you know, it's no secret Superman and I didn't see eye to eye. But that wasn't always the case. You'd be surprised how often he came to visit, the wisdom he would impart. I will miss those nights on my balcony, and which of course some of that could be just saying what the crowd wants to hear, but also I believe some of that was genuine. I mean, some of that had to be genuine indeed, or maybe it was all bull. I don't know. Wonder Woman, he doesn't believe a word of it. How's that for a segue? But yeah, Wonder Woman looks at Jack with contempt in her eyes, cause he knows about Jack, he knows about the history. I don't think they really had a conversation, but he does. She does know. She does know about the history. We see Batman. We see Alfred watching the news. Batman. He didn't go to the funeral. I'm gonna guess. And this is why I was talking about maybe Batman thinking that he's not strong enough. He was nowhere near strong enough to deal with this threat. Thanks. Um, that's right. My parents just got home, so that's when from Batman thinking, okay, I need to get strong enough to deal with. I can't throw my faith. I was basically useless against this monster, against the terror, against this against this invasion that happened. I was basically useless against it. So, but that's just my thinking and what I got from kind of the tone and the vibe of the room. But that's just my thinking. We get the Sayer again. The Sayer guy. Oh, we get him reciting the Catholic prayer. Him reciting Hail Mary, full of grace. Blessed are you for the sake of your son Jesus. I really like that. Because the sea captain breaks down and the sea captain says, it's not fair, God. Why did you allow someone like Superman to die? And someone like, and salty old sea dog basically, like me to you. And can I just say, I love the fact that they have aliens and everything. We still believe in God and Jesus. I, I love that. I love that fact. So Superman's buried, or is he? You thought I could reference it, didn't you? So Superman buried. Superman is thrown in the Hall of Justice. Maybe not gonna use that as a Hall of Justice anymore. I don't know. Maybe just as a burial site. But Superman dead, and Lex Luthor fights a bit with Canvas, which is a not Canvas. It's Canvas. It's a Canvas of Diab, but I'm pretty sure it's Canvas. So, and this one I really didn't like. I mean, I get EX is rich and everything, but EX does bring a point here. These scientists are seemingly fighting EX and every time what he's trying to do, trying to study the doomsday, trying to study the body, basically. And it goes basically, Cadmus and Diab, they can't keep kidding me. I was killed of those charges. They can't keep acting like I did something wrong when I was killed of those charges. And between you and me, on from a meta context, X is made a billionaire, and the billionaire is made the bad guy. Which I know Batman, is a billionaire too. From my perspective, X is made a billionaire. It is in the modern day. I don't think it was like this. It was like this when the comics were first made, when X Luthor was first thought of. But X is a billionaire and everything, and he's evil because that's what the Democrats and the political party that affiliates and want you to think of billionaires so we can blame billionaires for all their problems instead of blaming the Democrats or the political party because nothing nothing they do is for your best interest. Nothing at all. And that very matter. That's me talking. That's not in the context of the movie. But Yex is in the camp and he sees I guess the body of Super I guess um I'm not particular so what it was. But oh maybe it was just a crystal, I don't know. But we see the ship of Superman. The Superman the Superman came in and it's flying and up and away. And I don't know why he would do that. Is the is the Adam West Batman so canon in the Justice universe? Now that'd be something to think about. I know I know Marvel had some stuff done with that with the Incredible Hulk series, everything. For that I'm looking too deep into it. Could be that too. But we see we go to the we go to Jimmy and Yois, which before this Yois goes Yo goes to Mon Barkans. He says hug with something, says out he's sorry and everything I guess. But Jimmy goes to Yois. Me. Yois Yois is looking at Clark which they hadn't told anyone else that Clark is Superman. Like no one else. So Cat noticed that you're gonna Clark dead. Cause you remember Clark her one item. So Cat tried to encourage her, Cat tried to say, you know, people are being found every day. No, not all the people have been found. I'm so Clark done up. Should thank you, Cat. Thank you for saying that. Jimmy Goat, Yois, and Jason another story. And Yois said, Jimmy, I'm not really interested. Oh, you will be as soon as you see this. And Jimmy grabbed Yois and pulled the young. They rush to the memorial site where Superman is buried. And this is and yeah, they rush to the memorial site where Superman is buried. The tomb is open. Yeah, the tomb is open, and they see something that looks like Superman in the sky. They see that, and then then the movie ends. I'm just gonna say that because this has already been going on too long. Not that I not enjoy it, but I just didn't expect the review to go on this long. But we get a couple of scenes from the next movie. We get the man hammering out a piece of metal. Maybe not just a piece of metal, but hammering out a piece of metal. And it's in the Superman symbol. So Superman S. We get we get a red we get a red creature pointed jacket and up we get we get something we get something else some two other pieces that I can't remember but but we get those of these foreshadowing with the next movie, The Reign of Superman, which I'm going to talk about a couple days from now. Because tomorrow I'm going to talk about A Pocket's War, which is a movie I forgot happened before this one that I forgot to review. But I'm gonna check that out. Um, Maybe these won't be as long, but whoever stuck with me, I for the almost 2 hours and 16 minutes, I see you really. Thank you for doing that. I had a lot of fun rewatching it. Had a lot of fun reviewing it, giving my takes. Guys, it's gonna be a good journey, and this is it. This is just the beginning. God bless you.